Hey everybody, welcome to day one of Vlogmas. I have been waiting for this for a long time, really excited. I really hope some of you watched my video yesterday, my day zero video, but today is the first proper Vlogmas day, so it's going to be interesting to see how we go this month, but I've been really looking forward to it, doing a whole lot of planning, so I hope it all works out and you all enjoy it more than anything. Today is going to be an at-home day. My husband and I waited to put up our Christmas decorations. We usually put them up the weekend after Thanksgiving, and it is now Wednesday? 1st of December? It's the 1st of December anyway. I've got some time off. I always have some time off work this time of year because Thanksgiving I take off, and my husband and I have our anniversary on the 29th as well. And so when we have our anniversary, we want to be off and just spend some time like celebrating and thinking about our life in the past year, planning the next year ahead, and just feeling close and reflecting. So it's a really lovely time of year for us. I took some extra time off at the beginning of December, specifically with the aim of getting into the whole Vlogmas thing. Hopefully I can do this on days off so I can get into the swing of editing every day, and then hopefully once I go back to work I will manage reasonably successfully. But today we're going to be putting up Christmas decorations. We held off because we thought it'd be a fun thing to do with all of you, and I've got a lot of time in the kitchen today, so we're starting off in the kitchen. The first thing we're going to be doing is making some bread ferment. So I'm making a bread, one of my favorites from this book. Okay, so now while that is in the fridge, we are going to make some banana bread. We've got some very sad looking bananas. I'm sure we've all been there in our lives, but basically these bananas have not gotten eaten, mainly because we've been enjoying so much delicious food left over from Thanksgiving and the biscotti that you saw that I made with Annette a few days ago. So our fruits, unfortunately, were not a priority, and those bananas have sat and gotten a little bit sad. So what I do want to do is not waste those and go ahead and make some banana bread, which is one of my favorite things to do with leftover bananas. Banana pancakes is another favorite. We'll see if we have any more banana mishaps later this month, hopefully not. And I'm going to be making a recipe from an absolute classic cookbook, the Betty Crocker cookbook. I'm sure many of you, myself included, grew up with one of these in your house. This is actually a reprint. I did get one of these, like an actual 50s Betty Crocker cookbook, from a garage sale when I was in the States. And then I lost the page for my favorite recipe because it's actually ring bound, so you can take the pages out. And I took the page out and I brought it to someone's house and lost it, and it was the biggest reason I had the cookbook. So I've got this one as a reprint, and what's fun is because I've had it for a while, it's actually gotten sun faded on the spine there, which I think honestly is like the perfect thing for this cookbook because it is a 1950s reprint. So I'm making banana bread from here. It's actually called a fruit loaf, and there's a banana version, so that's my go-to banana bread recipe. It uses a little bit of buttermilk, which I've got because I was planning to make some pancakes soon anyway, so that's great. And I have to show you because my favorite thing about this cookbook is that the reprint includes the really awful like tips for a 1950s housewife. It's basically like how to be a good housewife. They call it shortcuts. Make every motion count. Make work easy. I'm going to show you some of these because they're so bad. If you feel tired, lie down on the floor on your back. Put your hands above your head, close your eyes, and relax for 3 to 5 minutes. Notice humorous and interesting incidents to relate at dinner time, etc. If you have just a moment, sit down, put your feet up on a chair, close your eyes, and just relax your muscles. Let your arms, hands, and head fall limp. I mean, it's basically meditation, which is totally valid, but I just feel like the imagery and this idea that basically you're going to be a really busy housewife, you are going to be run down, you are going to feel drained, But these are the things that you can do just to take a little teeny tiny sliver of time for yourself, which obviously I am not someone who is going to abide by. It just really cracks me up, this stuff. So good value for money if you want to read about some really awful, outdated advice for 1950s housewives. But let's get on with the banana bread because it is now 6:10. Did I tell you I'm an early riser? I got up at like 5, so been up for a while. It is, yeah, about 6:10, and I want to get this banana bread made hopefully by the time my husband gets up. But it bakes for like an hour in the oven, so we'll see. It'll at least be nearly finished by the time he gets up, hopefully. And I just realized what a 1950s housewife thing that sounded like. It's mainly just because when he's up we have breakfast and I want to have this stuff for breakfast, so let's get on with it. Okay, back in the kitchen, we are on round 2 of the bread. So now I've fermented my I've let that dough ferment, and now I'm going to use it as an ingredient in the main part of the bread dough. So it's not going to be a hugely different process, but it's going to make quite a lot more dough because I'm going to get 2 loaves out of this. This is my husband, Phil.
Hello.
We're going to be putting up our Christmas decorations now, and I'll show you a few of the highlights because there's some that I really love. Some little trees that I made out of thread. I'm going to make some of those at some point over Vlogmas. These little stars are the Scandinavian stars that I was making around Annette's house. I made more after I got home. It is Advent calendar time. I have got the Connie in the Machine Sewing Labels Advent calendar that I'm going to open up with you. I do also have another Advent calendar that hasn't arrived yet. It's a knitting one, so it's going to be a small mini skein of yarn every day. It's from a company called Made by Penguins, and the owner of the shop has said that she had a lot of problems with like the wrong packaging arriving multiple times, so they did go out a bit later than she would have hoped. And unfortunately it hasn't come today. I held off opening this because I thought it'd be fun to do them together, but it's okay. It's all good. I'm a grown adult. I can definitely cope. This label Advent calendar, it has a bit of a funny story tied to it. The carbon footprint on this advent calendar is a little bit embarrassing. So Kylie and the Machine is a company that's based in Australia, so I assumed that this was made in Australia and shipped to the UK. I ordered it from Somi Sunshine online, and when I had ordered it online, I apparently had not updated my address for PayPal. I had bought some things recently, well, around the time I ordered this, because it was a pre-order, and I'd had them shipped to my parents' house in Chicago, and I had obviously ordered through PayPal and changed my delivery address and didn't realize. And I ordered this months ago before I went to my parents' house, so back in probably June, July, that kind of time, and didn't know until I knew these had been sent out, and my dad had got a package and said, Teresa, package arrived for you. Don't know what it is. Should I open it? And I recognized the Somi Sunshine packaging immediately, and I was so confused, thinking, was there fabric? Why would it have come to me there? And he opened it up, and I instantly realized it went to the wrong address because I had not changed it when I was shipping stuff back to myself again after the trip to my parents. So this went from Australia to the UK, London, to my parents in Chicago, and my dad kindly sent it back to me. So it's been on a journey, and it shouldn't have been such a journey, but I've got it, and I'm happy that I've got it, and I'm going to open day one with you. Most of you probably know about this advent calendar, but it is a sewing pattern calendar. So every day, we've got all the different dates in here, has a different sewing label in there to put in your clothes that you make. So I'm going to find day one. Open up the little door. Oh, it's a load. It's not even just one. It's a little pack of loads of them. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, I can't find where to show you guys. It's a little koala, and it says, I'm probably thinking about sewing. That is adorable. Oh my gosh. So I got 3 of these little guys. They are super cute and very appropriate. Pretty much most times I'm probably thinking about sewing. These are going to be really fun, and I'm going to really love spotting these inside my clothes. So well done, Kylie and the Machine, for the first day of your advent calendar. Super, super cute. So I'm going to be starting the rest of my dinner pretty soon. I've got the bread baked. I just need to make some soup. This soup is my favorite, my husband's favorite. We call this the Soup Nazi soup. So anyone who's a Seinfeld fan, you're going to know what we're talking about. Anyone who's not a Seinfeld fan, all I will tell you is you have to sit down to taste this soup. It is that good. It is such a great soup. It's a chicken and lentil soup recipe. I absolutely love it. I will put a link in the description box down below. I think I said earlier, I'll try and put as many links as I can, as much as I can find basically. This one I did find online, so I can definitely share that one with you guys. And I'm looking forward to it. It's been a busy day. It's always a lot putting up all the decorations, but it's so worth it. It looks so wonderful all around, and I am loving all the Christmas vibes. So it is the end of the day. It is nearly 9 o'clock, and because I wake up early, I get tired early. So we're gonna just do a little bit of a wind down before we get to bed. We're gonna make some tea. I'm gonna have probably like a minty tea before bed, and we're gonna hang out. My husband is gonna play a little bit more of video games, and I'm gonna be trying to get organized for my next sewing project. So I'm going to be making the normal blouse by Fiber Mood and hacking that into a dress. So the plan is that I'm going to do a dress hack of this for Christmas. I'm going to be using some red linen that I have. And my plan, I've printed off the PDF pattern. While we're hanging out, I'm just going to trim the edges. So I've got like my little edge trimmer. There's a name for this. I can't think of what it's called, but anyway. I used to think of like the big guillotine ones we used to have in school, but this is like a little paper slicer thing. There's a little blade anyway, so I'm going to be trimming those edges off while we hang out, and if I feel like I want to do a little bit of taping them together once I've done that, I might do, but probably that's going to be a project for tomorrow. But I will see you guys again in the morning. I hope you've had a fun day with me today, and happy Vlogmas! See you on day 2.